Attention all EV enthusiasts. Welcome back GearShift TV fam. It's your host, your name, here with another deep dive into the world of electric vehicles. Today we're tackling a common question for those considering the switch to electric. Can you actually charge an EV at home? And if so, what's the scoop on chargers, costs, and everything in between? From level 1 to level 2 chargers, we'll explore the various methods to power up your EV right at home. Whether you're already driving electric or just curious, this video is for you. Let's get started. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. So, you want to charge at home. The first thing you need to know is there are different types of EV chargers out there. The most basic is your level 1 charger. This is what typically comes standard with your EV. It plugs right into a regular 120-volt wall outlet, just like your phone charger, but with a much bigger plug. It's the easiest and most convenient option, especially if you're just starting out. Now, level 2 chargers, that's where things get a little more electrifying. These bad boys use a 240-volt circuit similar to what powers your dryer or oven. That means faster charging times, but it also usually means professional installation. Think of it like this. Level 1 is like sipping your electricity through a straw, while level 2 is like chugging it down. Both will get the job done, but at different speeds. There are also different connector types to consider. The most common in the US is the J1772, which works with most EVs on the market. Tesla, of course, dances to its own beat with its proprietary connector, but they do include an adapter so you can still use other charging stations. Alright, let's talk speed. When it comes to EV charging, it's not about miles per gallon, it's about miles per hour, and that's where level 1 and level 2 chargers really differentiate themselves. With a level 1 charger, you're looking at around 2 to 5 miles of range per hour of charging. That's fine if you only drive short distances or have all night to charge. But if you've got a long commute or need to top up quickly, it can feel a little slow. Level 2 chargers, on the other hand, can pump out anywhere from 10 to 60 miles of range per hour. That's a significant difference. Imagine plugging in your car after work and waking up with a full battery. That's the magic of level 2. Now keep in mind the actual charging speed also depends on your EV's onboard charger. Some EVs can handle more power than others, so they can charge faster even with the same charger. It's kind of like downloading a file. Both need to be capable to reach those max speeds. So, if you're all about that fast charging life, a level 2 charger is probably the way to go. Okay, let's talk money. The cost of installing an EV charger at home can vary depending on a few factors like where you live, the type of charger you choose, and whether you need any electrical upgrades. A basic level 1 charger can cost anywhere from $200 to $500. The good news is, since it plugs into a standard outlet, you won't have any installation costs. It's pretty much plug and play. Level 2 chargers are where the price tag can jump a bit. The charger itself can range from $400 to $1,000 or more, depending on the brand, features, and charging power. But the real kicker is the installation. Because level 2 chargers require a 240-volt circuit, you'll likely need a qualified electrician to handle the wiring. This can add another $500 to $1,500 or more to the total cost, depending on the complexity of the installation. But the good news is there are often government incentives and tax credits available to help offset the cost of purchasing and installing EV chargers. Now you might be wondering, can I just skip all this charger talk and use a regular outlet? Technically yes, you can charge an EV with a standard 120-volt outlet using the level 1 charger that comes with most EVs. But there are some caveats. Remember those slow charging speeds we talked about? Yeah, that's the trade-off with using a standard outlet. It's fine for a top-up overnight, or if you only drive short distances, but don't expect to fully charge your car quickly. Another thing to consider is the age of your electrical system. If you have an older home with outdated wiring, constantly charging your EV on a standard outlet could put extra stress on the system. So, while using a standard outlet is possible, it's not the most efficient or future-proof solution. Alright, let's break down the pros and cons of level 1 versus level 2 charging. Level 1 charging using that standard 120-volt outlet is all about convenience and affordability. No need for special installation, just plug it in and go. It's a great option if you only drive short distances or have another vehicle for longer trips. Plus, It puts less stress on your electrical system compared to level 2 charging. However, the biggest drawback is the slow charging speed. We're talking 2 to 5 miles of range per hour, which can feel like an eternity if you need to juice up quickly. Now, level 2 charging is all about speed and efficiency. With a dedicated 240-volt circuit, you're looking at significantly faster charging times, ranging from 10 to 60 miles of range per hour. The downside? Installation can be pricey, and you'll need a qualified electrician to handle the wiring. Let's get down to brass tacks. How much does it actually cost to charge an EV at home? Well, it's not as simple as saying X dollars per gallon like with gas. The cost of charging an EV at home depends on a few factors, including your electricity rate, your EV's battery capacity, and how much you drive. To calculate the cost, you can use a simple formula: electricity rate per kWh x EV battery capacity in kWh equals sign cost to fully charge your EV. For example, let's say your electricity rate is 15 cents per kWh and your EV has a 75 kWh battery. To fully charge your EV, it would cost you 15 cents x 75 equals sign $11.25. Keep in mind that electricity rates can vary depending on where you live and the time of day. Now you might be thinking, is charging at home actually cheaper than using public charging stations? The short answer is, it depends. Home charging generally offers the most cost-effective way to power up your EV, especially if you can take advantage of off-peak electricity rates. Many utility companies offer lower rates during off-peak hours, typically at night, to incentivize energy consumption when demand is lower. Public charging stations, on the other hand, can vary widely in price. Some stations offer free charging as a perk, while others charge by the hour or by the kilowatt hour. So, if you're looking to maximize your EV savings, charging at home, especially during off-peak hours, is the way to go. Let's talk permits and electrical upgrades. The good news is, for level 1 charging using a standard outlet, you generally won't need any special permits or major electrical work. It's like plugging in any other household appliance. However, when it comes to level 2 charging, things can get a bit more official. Because level 2 chargers require a dedicated 240-volt circuit, you'll likely need to involve a qualified electrician. They'll assess your electrical panel, determine the necessary wiring upgrades, and ensure everything meets local building codes. In many areas, you'll also need to obtain permits before any electrical work can begin. While it might seem like an extra hoop to jump through, it's important for safety and peace of mind. Alright, let's talk about maximizing your EV charging efficiency at home. Because just like you optimize your smartphone's battery life, you can optimize your EV charging to save money and extend your battery's lifespan. One of the easiest ways to save money is to take advantage of off-peak electricity rates. As we discussed earlier, many utility companies offer lower rates during off-peak hours, typically at night. So instead of plugging in your EV as soon as you get home from work, consider setting a timer to start charging later in the evening when those sweet off-peak rates kick in. Another tip is to avoid frequently fast charging your EV. While those DC fast chargers are super convenient for road trips, they can generate more heat, which can put stress on your battery over time. Think of it like this. Fast charging is like sprinting for your battery, while level 2 charging is more like a steady jog. Alright, last but not least, let's talk about safety and maintenance. Because when it comes to electricity, it's always better to be safe than sorry. First things first, always use a dedicated circuit for your level 2 EV charger. Don't try to piggyback off other appliances or use extension cords. This can overload the circuit and create a fire hazard. Second, invest in a surge protector specifically designed for EV charging. This will help protect your EV's battery from voltage spikes and electrical surges. Think of it like insurance for your EV's electrical system. Third, regularly inspect your charging equipment for any signs of wear and tear, such as frayed cords, damaged plugs, or overheating. If you notice anything unusual, discontinue use immediately and contact a qualified electrician. So there you have it, GearShift fam. That's the rundown on charging your EV at home. From level 1 to level 2 chargers, we've covered it all. Remember, charging at home can be convenient, cost-effective, and surprisingly simple once you understand the basics. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to GearShift TV for more EV deep dives. Until next time, stay charged up and we'll see you in the next one.